Welcome in, everybody. This is my Season 3B predictions. We have entered the playoffs yet again. We have another fun bracket ahead of us. We have our biggest bracket ever, our most teams ever, the most powerhouse teams I've seen in a while. This is going to be a super fun bracket to break down and try to figure out who I think is going to win. Because, I mean, I meant to make a prediction days ago, but I kept looking at the matchups and I kept going back and forth on a couple of them. And it's like, do I want to go chalk? Do I just want to do things normally? How do I want to do it? And there's a lot of new variables this season because every single playoff season, we've added more and more little things to it. So it'll be different and interesting this time. But before we get into this playoffs, we got to talk about the other 18 teams who unfortunately did not make the playoffs. They were in the losers bracket. So here's a losers bracket right here. We had 18 teams here. There's a few little storylines I want to pick up on and teams I want to shout out who did great. First off, in the Toilet Bowl, which is the two worst seeded teams, we had the lower seed win for the third season in a row. That means every single Toilet Bowl, we have now had the lower seed win. So congratulations to Stickers as you get your win. Next thing I want to look at is shout out to Era. Era picked up 2 wins in the losers bracket, able to start off great after a slow starting to his career the first few seasons. Another one is at Tubo, his first season picking up 2 wins, and then at the bottom we have Peng going on his run, going 3-1. Then we have Wolf, who came to sub a team, also go 3-1. But the big team I want to talk about is going to be Awesome. He is another Season 2 person, just like Error, and he had not had a chance to break out yet. But he went on this monster run, and with this run, he broke the all-time record for wins in the losers bracket, tying my record from Season 2 and Shadow's from Season 3. So congratulations to you, Awesome. That is super cool to see. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for who won this. And we ended up having Hanto and Berlin winning in 3 games, as the finals is a best of 3. Now back into the bracket, something different we have for this season is every single game is best of 3. Originally, we didn't do best of 3s. We talked about it last season. We made it so starting in round 3, it was best of 3. And there was some controversy with it, how not all games were. So I'm like, this time we have 22 teams. Let's rock best of 3. Let's see if chaos happens, if anything unique happens. Because the problem with the bracket is so many lower seeds keep winning. If you look, the 1 through 4 seed has never won at all besides the 2 mini seasons, but those are mini seasons. I don't really count them. But so the full-on seasons, we've only ever had, let's see, we had the 5 seed win, we had the 10 seed win, and I think the 7 seed win, or something around there. So like the high seeds are not winning, and like I already tried advantages. If you look, they're getting triple buys, they're getting double buys. It's like, okay, what can I do for it? I didn't want to make this bracket look just like this one, where like it like what's one I'm looking for? Stair stepped up. So I'm like, why don't I? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do it. We'll get back there. So I didn't mean to do that. So what I decided is the first round teams they have to play each other before they get into the team with buys, making it very interesting. And also, 22 teams is not a typical bracket. You don't see much of these around or stuff like that. So these are really interesting. I'm going to break this down into regions. We're going to go from I'm going to do the left side, and I'll do the right side, and we will look over. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win. Little change I made towards the end, you'll see, and some other little stuff like that, and I'll give my thoughts on teams. So starting off, we're going to head to the top where we have the 22 seed loser champion Berlin taking on number 11 United. For this game, I want to take Weirdo because Weirdo has the experience. He's been here since season 1. He was a sub who came in, but the problem is Weirdo has not had that luck when it comes to Metronome. He always has fallen short. He gets unlucky. Stuff happens. I think that Hanto and Berlin, they have great momentum. They just won the losers bracket. They beat a really good awesome team. They also beat a really good Wolf team. So that's 2 very quality wins that Berlin has. I think that'll easily get them over United. Is it going to be a 2-0 sweep? I doubt it. I think it'll go 3 games at least. But it's definitely should be a great series, but I definitely think Berlin is there. If there was one game I was going to seriously bet on money for, it would be this one because I feel really good about this upset. Second game I'm going to look at, we have Samoa and Barnett. This is a very interesting game. If you want to look at it and play it like a leverage game, everybody's picking Raven to win. I originally want Raven to win. Do I think Raven's going to win? I'm starting to get second guesses about this. I think I'm still going to take Raven to win this. I'm really thinking about Fish. Fish has been the people's champ. People really like him, love his team. But Raven has surprised me all season. I was not really high on them going into the preseason, and then they won some games. I bumped them up. They lost a couple, but they stayed good and they kept winning and they kept being like, oh wow, He's doing really good. So I think I'm gonna give Samoa this win. And now to the bottom, this is a not even a tough one. I'm double crossed here because I want to pick Corden and Rushmore to win this, but I was paid off by Cincinnati to pick them, so I'm gonna take Cincinnati here. Moving into the second round, we are gonna have Berlin taking on Raven. Both of these are higher level seeds that don't necessarily got a good chance to win at all, but they're pretty good. Like the winner here could easily make an upset and have to go on and face Texas, but they're not that good necessarily in the grand scheme of things, only because of how tough this side of the bracket is. This left side right here has four really good teams, all from the black division, so it's going to be something really, really tough to watch out for. This is going to be the dogfight. This is going to be where I make my picks wrong because there is four great teams to look at who can possibly win this whole thing. Even more because it takes Hanto and Berlin going on a run like they did in losers bracket. They beat Wolf. They beat Awesome. They can do stuff. But with that being said, I am going to take Berlin. I'm going to take the 22 seed to go on and move to fight the 8 seed in New York. Now down to the bottom, we have Cincinnati and Cocoa Beach. I was only obligated to pick them one game, so Cocoa Beach 2-game sweep. It's not even gonna be close. Ibs is gonna get smoked. So better luck next season. So up to the top now we have Berlin and New York. This is interesting. Something's gonna happen here. I want to say this goes to 3 games, but I'm not really confident. The safe bet is to go with New York and a 2-game sweep. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna take them in 2 games to win over it. Now down to the bottom, we have Cocoa Beach take on Rio de Janeiro. I think this is gonna be my first big upset. I am taking Cocoa Beach to win this. Kai has had great going all season. To just some teams have to fall flat and lose their first game. It just happens. We see it all the time in past seasons. I think Kai is going to be the victim of that here, and so I'm going to take Cocoa Beach to move on to the semifinals of this side, the quarters of the whole thing. Up at the top, we are then going to have New York and Texas. I'm going to take Texas here. Tyler has been doing something great down there in Texas. He's been training his mons really well. Sand's a great thing to look at. He is definitely the overall favorite to win this whole thing. His team looks great. And then we have Coco taking on New York, the other New York team. I'm going to take the other New York team to win this. I think Redact is doing a great job as he is adapting into this new league, new rules, and he's really embraced it. He comes in here with a veteran mindset and presence. He knows what he's doing. He's ready for the playoffs. He has championships in his old league. I easily think Redact will take care of business in a sweep here over Coco. So then that leads us with Texas and New York. We'll get back to that game in a moment. I want to flip to the other side of the bracket and look at what we got going on over there. This side of the bracket, I am more confident about, I would say, because there's a lot of decent teams, but the top is it's not as crazy heavy as over here where there's 4 teams that really think can go on a run. Here I think there's 2. I would think there's 2. There is Chicago and there's Glasgow. Those are the 2 really good teams to watch out for. Obviously, you got a Gladstone and Marine Bay. They're great teams to watch out for, great regular seasons and stuff. But they're not at that next tier as New York, Texas, Rio de Janeiro, and the other New York team like that. But with all that being said, I'm going to take the LAPD in this win. Affle, I do need to apologize. In season 2, I was not the nicest about your team. Roll that clip. They haven't done much. This is not a team that I can easily just go in and be like, oh, they suck or they're great. I just don't know because they played in a weaker division. Of course, if you look, they lost to Sylve, they lost to the number 1 seed, they lost to a pretty mediocre team, they lost to Air, who had a great end of season run. They're not the best. And I feel bad about that. So this is my redemption to you. I owe you one, Affle. Go win me this game. So we're gonna move down to the bottom where we have Icy Ice. I forget the way that Sheep said it, but I'm just gonna say Sheep. For that, he takes on London. For this game, I think I'm gonna take Sheep to win it. 12 seed coming in. He will be the highest remaining seed left after Berlin takes down United. So I think he will definitely be a good one to watch out for. And Sheep also has a veteran presence. He is a season one member who took leave for a few seasons and he made his way back and he started doing great things. He started out really slow, but ended up making the best of it and doing that. Now to the bottom, I am going to be take Paddington. This game, I don't think it'll be a close series. I mean, realistically, most games will probably go to 3 just because the metromness, you can easily take a game, and if you don't, that typically means really bad luck or your team was not ready for the playoffs. With all that said, I'm going to take the 15 seed Paddington here. I think they can definitely do something. Now up to the top as we move into the second game. We're gonna at the Frokies. I don't know how to say that. I apologize. But I will be taking the Frokies over the LAPD as they move on to face Gladstone. Now at the bottom we have the second of these this little group stage match where we have Sheep taking on Paddington. I was going back and forth on this game multiple times and looking at it. I think I want to take the leverage. I'm going to take Sheep here. I'm going to have Sheep go on to take Glasgow in a pretty interesting game. So now looking at the the quarters of this side, we have Gladstone and the Frokies. I'm going to be taking the Frokies to win. I think the 10 seed can go on a run here. I seriously do believe in them. I have to pick a team every season is going to go on a run. I've struck out every single time. Every team I think is going to go on a run has fallen short. I took Blab in season 2. I think I took Papple in season 3 or something, or Silv, one of those teams. I took someone else like that too. Someone fact check me on that. Thank you. But I definitely need to take my person, and I think that's going to be my team to upset and break some brackets. Going down to the bottom here, we're going to be having Paddington. No, sorry. We're going to have Sheep taking on Glasgow. And I think Glasgow is going to easily sweep this. Glasgow, one of the strongest teams in it. The record doesn't reflect it, dropping as a 7 seed, but they're a very dangerous 7 seed to watch out for. A team that can definitely win it all. They get lucky. They have made it to the finals. They have made deep runs. They are experienced. Wee's a really good coach. This stuff you got to watch out for. Wee is ready for the playoffs. He's gotten unlucky last season in season 3 where he got taken down by Pink, but in the season before that, he was in the finals. And so he has the experience. I think he's going to do really good, and we'll see what happens with his date with Spry in the next round. So moving on to the last part, we'll start at the bottom. We'll go with Spry and Wee. This could be a finals matchup. This is a really good game. I'm excited to see how this goes. This is going to go to 3. Winner here may win the whole thing, depending on the other side of the bracket shapes out. But here I'm going to take Spry. I need to give him some respect, some credit. I haven't done it in the past. He has been disrespected. I haven't done my share for him, but I believe in Spry. I'm going to take him, as he'll be the third of my fourth final teams. Now up here, we have the Frokies, and we have Marine Bay. I'll say this right now. Chillin', you're a fraud. Give me the Frokies to the Final Four. That's it. Crazy Final Four prediction right here. I got the Texas, I got New York, I got the Frokies, and I got Chicago. So this is where my bracket is a little flipping, right? Isn't changing, right? Isn't thinking. It's like, okay, who do I relatively think is going to win this? My problem is every season, the team I pick to win it all loses. I have yet to do it. I've done this 3 or 4 times, and I have struck out every single time. The only time I got it right was mini season 1 with Tyler, but Tyler's had a really good team. He had a really great draft for that. So I can't really take it up to that. And he only had to play, I think, 4 games too, 4 or 5 games. And it was 2 best-of-3s. So it really didn't matter too much there. Small season, way less players. I was really big on him. I don't know if I can trust the team. It has a lot of hype, it has a lot behind it. Something's going to happen. He is playing a very streaky New York team here. Redact, as I said before, he has experience. He has all that kind of stuff. I think he definitely will put up a good fight. And I think I'm going to give Redact the win here. I'm going back and forth on this. Redact's been one of my villains of the season because he's new to the league. He started crushing it. He's using the cheap regenerator. It's working. I'm not gonna knock him at all. He's playing to win. That's what he came here for. He came here to win a chip. That's what he told me in his preseason interview. He was ready for this. I'm going to put all faith into you, and I'm going to see you in the finals, New York. Now off to the other side. This is This is very interesting because I took a huge gamble here taking the Frokies. The problem is betting on one random team to make a deep run is never worth it because it's not going to work out. The only reason I am taking really New York and their side is kind of to catch myself. And I say that because there is a lot of chaos that can happen at the top side with Berlin, New York, and Texas. I think Texas could possibly fall to New York, and I'm trying to cover myself for if Tyler doesn't even make it that far. Because I think if because I feel like there's going to be more chaos on the top half of this and on the bottom half of it. And I want to be ready, and I think Redact will take advantage of that if it happens Tyler doesn't get there and see steps to the finals. And on the other side, there's no really way to do that. The top region is it's not weak. I wouldn't say it's weak, but it's definitely the weakest part of this whole thing. Just because it is teams that haven't done much at all. Nothing stands out to you besides Marine Bay and Gladstone. The other teams are mad. Looking down at the bottom, you see Paddington, who's done some great stuff early in the season. London's been sticking around playing great games. Sheep's doing stuff. Chelsea's been there. Like, I see great things out of it. I look up to the top, I see LAPD, I see Volcano and stuff like that. It's like I don't see it. Like, probably that's gonna be the run's gonna be from one of those two teams now that I said that, but I haven't felt really confident in that. But with all that being said, this is Spry's side to win. I'm gonna flip back one more time. This is Spry or we side to win. One of those teams is gonna come out of this side. I'm very confident in that. They have great teams. They have been doing tons. With all that said, I am taking Spry. So my finals is going to be Redact and Spry, New York versus Chicago, America teams they play. What am I doing here? So I sit here at my finals and I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? Do I take the new team? Do I take the team with experience? Do I, what do I do? So my reasoning is I am taking Spry. I'm taking Chicago. But there's an underlying reason for this. I have been wrong about every champion pick. Spry, you're going to lose. No, I'm joking. But I've been wrong every time. And this is kind of covering myself for chaos. There's going to be some chaos looking through this, looking at this whole bracket. Something crazy is going to end up happening. I do not know what. I will be disappointed if it's just chalk, but it could possibly be. If you don't know what chalk is, it's just when the lower seed wins every time. So that's just predicting a 1, 2, 3, 4 all in the semifinals, and then a 1, 2 finals or a 1, 3, stuff like that. I'm hoping that we don't get a chalk because it's metronome after all. The top teams are not going to win, but I've been saying this last few seasons as the top talent has gotten better and better and better, especially in a team like this with 40. We had mismatched divisions, conferences, stuff like that, where it didn't line up the best. But I definitely do think that this is going to be the year for chalk. If we're going to have a bracket with chalk, it's going to be this one. But just I relatively don't think it. Tyler will have a team blow up. Redac will get regenerated, trapped right away. Um, Spry gets unlucky. Chillin does something. I mean, there's tons of room for stuff to actually happen here. But with all of that being said, Spry, you are my champion. Thank you guys all for tuning into this. This was just my 20-minute ramble about all of this stuff. And of course, every single person who participated in this 40 team league, thank you so much. This was so much fun to go through. So many games, so many teams, so many cool storylines, tons of amazing stuff. This was so much fun. I don't know if we'll ever do 40 again because it was just such a behemoth of a task to do. We had tons of people behind the scenes. Thank you, thank you, Chillin, thank you, Tyler, all of you guys for working on sheet stuff, grading all that, keeping the league afloat so me and the moderators can work on other projects or even just like take a step back and just like get to watch because it's fun being able just to watch and not have to watch everybody, make sure links get dropped in, make sure all that kind of stuff gets done, make sure no one uses extra trade deadlines, and Chillin did really great at that stuff. As much crap as I've been poking at Chillin in this, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You and we have done so much for this league, and you guys are even now teaching Tyler and Bao to help out too. So that's all I have today. Thank you everybody who was around for this, and I hope to see you guys next season.